Hi, my name is Mario Viluso and I'm here to discuss how to compute for the perimeter. The perimeter is the total length of the border of certain shapes. For example, we have a square. We just take the length of this one and add to the length of this side and then add to the length of this side and add to the length of that side, and we have the perimeter. In here, we have the formula for perimeter of the most common shapes. For the square, we just multiply, the perimeter is 4 times the side, so we just take the side and you will multiply it by 4 and we have the perimeter. For the rectangle, we just multiply the length by 2 plus the width times 2 and we get the perimeter for the rectangle. For triangles, for the triangle, if we have side A, side B, side C, we just add A plus B plus C and we have the perimeter. For the circle, mathematicians have noticed that if we have a circle and they measure the perimeter, for circles they call it circumference. So if they measure the circumference of a circle, it is always 3.14 times the diameter. For example, if the diameter is 1 meter, they measure the circumference, it's 3.14 meters. So, for example, the diameter is 2 kilometers. They measure the circumference is 3.28 kilometers. So it's always 3.14 times the diameter. So this value, they call it pi, or in symbols they use the word this one. So we have now the formula. Circumference is equal to pi times d, or 3.14 times d. And then usually this example is written in is given the radius. So for example, if you have a circle, the measure from the center to the side is called the radius. Now the diameter is 2 times the radius. So we have a new formula. Circumference is 2 times pi times r. We change the diameter into 2 times r times pi. So this is the second formula for the circle. For trapezoid, this is what they call in the US, or trapezium in the UK. If we have size 4, for size A, B, C, and D, the perimeters, you just add all the sides, A plus B plus C plus D, and you have the perimeter. Now we will have some examples. For example, we have a square that has a 2-inch side, so the perimeter is 4 times S, so just 4 times 2 inches, and we have the perimeter as 8 inches. If we have a rectangle that has a width of 2 meters and a length of 6 meters, so we just use this formula, 2 times L plus 2 times the width. So 2 times length, which is 6 meters, plus 2 times the width, which is 2 meters. So we have 2 times 6 is 12 meters, plus 2 times 2 is 4 meters. We have 16 meters. Always include the units. And that's the perimeter for the rectangle. If we have a circle that has the radius of 2 centimeters, the circumference is 2 times pi times r. So that will be 2 times 3.14 times the radius it is, which is 2 centimeters. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 3.14. So 3.14 times 2 times 4, 16, 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 3 is 12. 12.56 centimeters. 12.56 centimeters. Now, if we reverse the question, for example, we don't know the side but we know that the perimeter is 8 inches. So for example, we have the perimeter is 8 inches. So we just use the formula P is equal to 4S. So we know P is 8 inches, so 8 inches is equal to 4 times S. So we don't, so to solve for S, we just divide it by 4. Divide the other side by 4, we get S is equal to 8 divided by 4 is 2 inches. For example, we don't know the width, but we know that the perimeter for the rectangle is 16. So if you know the perimeter is 16 meters, we just plug it into the formula. The formula is P is equal to 2L plus 2W. So we just plug in the values of P is, we know, is 16 meters. 16 meters plus 2L, which is 6 meters, plus 2W. So we solve for it. 16 meters is equal to 12 meters plus 2W. So we want to isolate W. It has the 12 meters, so we have to subtract 12 meters on both sides. So 16 meters minus 12 meters is equal to 12 meters plus 2W minus 12 meters. So 16 meters minus 12 meters is 4 meters. 12 minus 12 becomes 0, so we are left with 2W. Now to remove 2, we have to divide it by 2, and then we have to divide the other side by 2 as well. So this will cancel out, leaving it with W. 4 meters divided by 2 is 2 meters. So we have the width as 2 meters. For the circle, for example, we don't know that the radius is 2 centimeters. So we don't know that the radius is 2 centimeters. But we know that the circumference is 12.56 centimeters. We just plug it into the formula. The formula is C is equal to 2 pi r. Now we know C is 12.56 centimeters. 12.56 centimeters is equal to 2 times pi, which is 3.14 times the radius, which we don't know yet. So we multiply this one, 12.56 56 centimeters is equal to, if you multiply this one, it becomes 6.28 r. So to remove this one, we want to isolate r. We divide it by 6.28. So we have to divide the other side by 6.28. So this will cancel out, leaving it with r. If we divide this one by this one, we get 2 centimeters. So that is the radius of the circle. And that's how to compute for the perimeter.